Good morning. It is day, if I'm counting correctly, day 26 already, and it is a little chilly. It took me about a half hour to warm up with the sun going in and out and the constant breeze. The breeze has been a theme for this whole week. It's actually been great hiking weather, but putting that hiking shirt back on, I still had a little sweat even though I hung it on my trekking pole to dry. It never fully dries. So, oh, and yeah, last night didn't get too many shots after that detour. That detour beat me up the second half. I'll quickly close the chapter on the detour. Enjoy it. If you're going Novo, I don't know how long that detour is going to be in place. I don't know if you're watching this and you're hiking next year, but if you do the detour, enjoy going Novo the first half, because those Forest Service roads, you don't pass many houses, but some beautiful properties, and some, you know, you're reminded that you're in the South, and just stunning. And then once you start doing like into the woods, the climbs are just straight up stairs, up and down. But I got through it. I was exhausted. That campsite point 1 north of the detour was exactly as described, and there were 3 other hikers camped there. So 4 of us spent the night. 2 are ahead, one is behind, Jesus. And yeah, so that's my thoughts on the detour. Enjoy it. I mean, I could walk Forest Service roads all day. I get why people bitch about that climb, but hey, judging by all this down trees and how much fresh chainsaws and logs are out of the way, it's pretty impressive. Whoever was responsible for clearing all this section, I'm sure it's multiple trail clubs, so thank you. And yeah, that's that on the detour. I did not get many shots because that detour wiped me out, and then there was a couple hikers there, and I didn't have nearly as much daylight as I thought I did left. I mean, I still had an hour, but when you're cooking, getting set up, that hour goes quick. So basically just ended with a shot of me laying in my tent, as you saw yesterday. Okay, so today I'm closing in on 2 miles, not quite 2 miles yet in for the day. I started right at 8:30. Like, if it wasn't 8:30, it was 8:29 or 8:31. A little later than I would like. I'd like to consistently start before 8, but hey, if you have a big goal, just like a big mileage day, and you miss it by a little bit, you know, if you want to do 25, you end up doing 21. You want to leave at 8, you leave at 8:30. It's kind of a good goal to set if you miss it just by a little bit. And goal for the day. Overmountain shelter was just over 20 miles from where I camped last night. There's no more Overmountain shelter. The spot formerly known as Overmountain shelter, the big red barn, those of you that are familiar, is no longer there. They took it down, but the site is still there with a privy, a picnic table, and a fire ring, although there is a burn ban through this section, so no fire. And the privy apparently is pretty gnarly, but that's my goal. 20 miles, keep the ball moving, keep me getting into boots off for a possible 0 on a possible Sunday. And there is Doll Flats 6 miles past that, 6+ miles, if I'm feeling crazy and want to do 26-mile day. But for right now, I'm just gonna shoot for that Overmountain site and see how I feel. And then tomorrow there'll be a hostel less than a half mile off trail, and I'm gonna need to pop in to top off my resupply. I planned it that way, and the comments said they have good resupply options, so didn't have to carry too much, but I will need to get food there. Don't plan on sleeping there unless the weather gets crazy. Okay, I think I filled you in on last night and the detour and my day today. There's that nice breeze. Now that I'm warmed up, it's not so bad. But yeah, hopefully I get some more shots today. I felt great in the morning, and then low energy and the detour just wore me out. But I don't think I'm getting sick. Like I said yesterday, I was worried about that. If I was, I would feel sick today. I just think I was worn out. Okay, that's it. I'm good for now. Let's keep going. The pre-noon push. Get close to 10 miles before noon today. The new Wonder Bro. Hughes Gap Road. It has been windy. No break from it, and it can get some gusts. Nothing too scary or concerning, but those trees make noise. I think it's a burn ban. All right. So, 10 minutes to noon. I am at 9 miles, so didn't quite get the 10 before noon, but I'll be close to 9.5. Just had to stop to do the old ibuprofen, coffee, a little bit of water, fill up with that too. All right. So, Roan Mountain is about 4.5 miles in front of me, and it's just going to be a steady climb all the way up. I'm going from just above 4,000 to just above 6,000, and I am not positive on this, but I think Roan Mountain could be the last time I go over 6,000 feet for a long time, like New England long time. Not positive. I'm sure someone will correct me if I am wrong, but yeah, gonna go into this elevation in this windy day. Filling up water is kind of scary. When the wind would gust, I'd hear all the trees. I'd be like, oh boy. But feeling good. Close enough to 10 miles at noon. If I can get close to 10 miles, I know I'm repeating myself, but that sets up my day. And yeah, Overmountain, Overmountain shelter is still my goal. And that's about it. I've caught you up. Oh, the one thing I forgot to say is last night, I told you there was 3 other hikers. One of them was the Clencher, and it was twilight. Sun had definitely gone down. I don't know how long twilight lasts, but you know, dark, but not all the way dark. And I threw a rock with my bear line, and it threw it over 2 branches instead of 1. And so it was like just out of sight, like, or just out of reach, excuse me. And I like could almost get my hand on it, so I yelled over. I was like, how tall are you? Can you give me a hand? So he comes over and he jumps up, and he's like getting his hands on it, but he can't grab it because the line would stretch, and all I needed to do was get my carabiner around both ends, and then I knew it wouldn't be a problem. It would hang there and I could get my bear bag up, my food bag. So he goes, why don't I hold the other end and you try to jump up, because he could hold it a little higher. So after a few times, I kind of did what he did, barely got my hand on it. Then I got a good fistful of it, and as I was grabbing the rock, I broke a branch from up top, and it like smacked me right across the face. It was kind of comical, and he's like, you're right, and luckily I was fine. It was a small branch. And then after that, that probably freed up some room, because I was able to jump up and get the rock, no problem. And I hung my carabiner there, and then was able to walk over and hang my food bag. But yeah, thought I'd tell you that story about last night. Slipped my mind this morning. And yeah, the rest, you know, Roan Mountain, hiking up here. Also, oh yeah, while I'm talking for the day, Miss Janet, we did disagree on a lot. I think I said that already, but one piece of advice I'm gonna take, I told her I bought those fleece pants because I was cold with my summer bag, and I was gonna ship them home after I cleared Roan Mountain. She said, wait till you clear the Grayson Highlands. That's the last place that you could get cold, and probably be early June by then. So I think I'm gonna take her advice on that, because it was cold last night, even with the fleece pants. So that's all you need to know. All right. believe that's from an old hotel. I believe. The side trail to the site was closed, but I think that's what that is. Is it Cotter's Gap? Cotter's Gap? That's where I'm going for lunch. Cotter's Gap, dude. So they don't even want you. I was gonna go and just get a video of it to see what it looked like, but I'll take all that as a don't go up there. And I'm lazy. The combination of the two. Well, all right. Highest shelter on the HE. It was. I guess it still is, just not usable. But might be someday. Okay. This wind is crazy. North Carolina, goodbye soon. I go up there. Welcome, welcome. It is the afternoon, somewhere between 4 and 5. I think it's much closer to 4, but definitely after 4. If that does you any good. So, it has been a while. I just passed a shelter back there, a small shelter, and I'm closing in on the Overmountain X shelter site that still has great camping. And man, that was such an iconic. I was thinking about it today while hiking because I saw I have a crazy story about it. Not crazy story, but a story about that big red barn. I slept there, and it's too long to get into right now. But yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I get it. It wasn't sound anymore, but it's a shame because that was. It's just so iconic. I remember seeing it. If anyone's ever seen like one of the like original Appalachian Trail like vlogs, kind of almost what people do on YouTube now, that was on DVD, Trek, with like the 4 kids that just graduated college. I remember I can't get like my hands on a copy, and like there's like only a couple used copies I've seen. I haven't searched in years now, but it was like they were used copies, so they're super expensive because I don't know if they just never made it digital or made more DVDs from when it was made, because it was 2001, and I remember that because they were on the trail on 9/11. But long-winded story. It's a shame that that is that's gone. But I don't know if I'm gonna camp there because the typical, well, it's just past 4 and Doll Flats coming up like 6 point something past it. And I'm not sure what I want to do because I do need to resupply tomorrow. I have a dinner for tonight, but that was my plan. There's a hostel, man, I'm so bad with names. I just looked at it on Far Out, but there's a hostel that does resupply. It sounds like they have like fridge with sodas, and then also sounds like a freezer with frozen pizzas, but I think they also have like full, I don't know, not grocery store resupply, but you can resupply there. mac and cheese, dude. Squeezable. And pepperoni. Oh yes, I am back. The water source for Overmountain shelter, not a shelter, campsite, is right there. I filled up 2 liters. I've been here since like 5, and it has felt amazing to not rush, because last night was rushed and I want to wake up early. So there's good company here. At first it was just mom and a daughter, and it's like their first real backpacking trip, and then there's a couple other through hikers going northbound, and then there's a couple of guys that just got here. I don't know if they're section hiking, through hiking, so it'll be a good crew, maybe like 8 people. But decided to stay here just so I wasn't rushed. I thought about making it like a 26-mile day. That's how I felt good. Like I did 20 miles and I was like, I could still keep going. But it just would have been rushed, setting up camp, hanging the bear bag, all that shit. So I stayed here, don't regret it. I'm gonna go to the refuge or something like that, hostel, to resupply. I'm not gonna stay there, but I'm very low on food. That was my plan. They might have frozen pizzas, and yeah, I've said this already. Hours go by. You guys see it like 20 seconds apart, and this was like hours ago that I said this, so I'm repeating myself. But yeah, and then the big news is I booked boots off for Saturday and Sunday night. So I'm gonna take a 0 Sunday. And the daughter of the 2 that I saw, she was like, oh yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend. Like, I'm sure the house will be busy. Don't know how that transfers over to hiking, but regardless, I booked it just because I was like, yeah, it is Memorial Day weekend and I want another 0 day. And I've been doing 20s in between, so I deserve 0 days when I want them, and I'm not gonna think twice about it. So staying there. And Big Lug's wife, they're taking a 0 on Monday, but they're getting there Sunday. So I will see them, and she's bringing me hop water, which is a NA beverage that Big Lug recommended. So I'm excited about that. So I'll see them the end of my 0 day, the start or the eve of their 0 day on Monday. And then Monday, I'm just gonna get some mileage. I got Damascus coming up after that, and I want to be north of the 500-mile marker before June 1st, which even with the 0 day, I'm plenty on schedule to do that. But that kind of is a goal to keep the pace moving, and I'm happy with my pace. I feel good physically, and then I get to take some days off, which is like perfect. I get to enjoy either a fun little town or a fun little hostel that everyone's been recommending, and that's what Boots Off has been. And I get to go to a hostel for lunch tomorrow. I don't know what they have, but that's my story. And yeah, it was so nice taking my time and having conversations and setting up my tent and getting water and just doing everything. Like right now, I brushed my teeth already. All I have to do is get water for tonight and tomorrow. And then one of the through hikers is letting me use her bear line because she saw how knotted mine was. She's like, you want to just share mine? I was like, yes, that would make my life easier. Which I should probably go up there so she's not waiting on me. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Happy to be here. I have memories of 9 years ago when the barn was still here. I'll tell that story for another day. And yeah, that's day 26. Today's day 26, so 2 more days of hiking. Yeah, by the time I get to Boots Off, it'll be 4 full weeks. And that Sunday will be the start of that 0 day on Memorial Day weekend. This Sunday will be the start of week 5. All right, you get the point. I'll cross 400 miles tomorrow too, because yeah. All right, that's it.